diverse, incredibly qualified candidates from across the country to apply for this very important position, and ultimately selecting the perfect leader for the job. I'm fully confident that Jay's decision to appoint Eddie Garcia as our Fort Worth's next police chief has my full support and the confidence of this community. And with that, I'd like to introduce you to our city manager, Jay Chapa. Jay?
Thank you, Mayor. And to echo the Mayor, one of the things that's true around the world is a world-class city starts with safety. People don't want to move to a city that's not safe. People don't want to visit a place that's not safe. So public safety is always the bedrock of any community. Since the Mayor covered most of my talk, no, I'm kidding. I figured that what you would want to hear is how we came to this decision. And as you know, we began this process early this year in February, searching for our next police chief after the announcement of Chief Noakes. Thank you, Chief Noakes, for your service to the city. And we were fortunate to have such a strong candidate pool that applied and that turned in their interest to the program. Throughout the process, we prioritized broad stakeholder input. And last week, as most of you know, we held a meet and greet and public forum so that residents could get to know the finalist candidates. We also convened interview panels with both police employees and stakeholders, community stakeholders. All of this input was pulled together by our outstanding HR team and our consultants, giving the full feedback of what we heard from the citizens. Included in that was all of the online input that we received from the QR codes and the direct links on our websites. At the end of the day, we saw a process where we had, what everybody saw was a process that we had 3 tremendous candidates, and each capable of being a great police chief. So ultimately, to be honest, it was a very difficult decision to get to where we are today. I want to thank Rob Aldridge to start. Chief Aldridge, if you're here, thank you so much for your leadership in the interim position. I want to recognize you for the steady hand during this transition. He did a tremendous job in that role and has continued to do so. And I hope he and the new chief will work together to make the police force even stronger. Chief Aldridge's professionalism and integrity was evident throughout the process, and so I want to thank you, Chief Aldridge. So as all of you know, Eddie Garcia is my choice to serve as our next police chief. I decided to lean in on Eddie's proven success leading police departments in 2 similar cities that have similar issues as Fort Worth and that also have the diverse, complex communities that we have. He has a track record of building trust with officers, boosting employee morale, and connecting with the residents of diverse communities. Eddie brings the full package of what we want to see in the next chief. While I made the final choice, in the end, his selection reflects the input of many of our stakeholders that participated. I believe Chief Garcia will cultivate strong relationships with our elected officials, residents, and the business community. He will build on the progress in lowering crime and strengthening police-community relations, progress that is already visible and will continue with him at the helm. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our next police chief, Eddie Garcia.
Good morning. That was kind of weak. Good morning. All right, that's better. And the Longhorns behind us, that's never going to get old. I stand before you today with a profound sense of humility, gratitude, and determination as I accept the responsibility of serving as the Chief of Police for the city of Fort Worth. This is not just a selection to a position, it is a calling to serve one of the greatest and most supportive cities in our country. And it is a responsibility I will carry with every ounce of energy that I have. First and foremost, I want to extend my deepest thanks to City Manager Chapa. City Manager, The trust and confidence you have shown in me are humbling. I recognize the weight of your decision, and I assure you that I will dedicate myself every single day to living up to the faith you have placed in me. Your steady leadership and your commitment to the people of this city create the foundation upon which leaders like me can succeed. I will be a partner to you and with all of our other departments in every sense of the word, working side by side to ensure Fort Worth is not only safe, but thriving. To Mayor Maddie Parker and the members of the City Council, thank you for your support and your confidence. You are the elected voices of the people of Fort Worth, and it is an honor to serve under your leadership. I pledge to work collaboratively with you, to listen, and to lead with transparency and accountability. Together, we will chart a path that strengthens public safety, builds trust, and ensures that our police department continues to be the finest in the country. I also want to take a moment to recognize my good friend and predecessor, former Chief Neil Noakes. Neil, you led this department through challenging times with grace, resilience, and integrity. You ensured that this department was never broken and that it remained strong and focused on its mission of service. Your tireless efforts leave me with a department that is resilient, honorable, and ready for the future. On behalf of the men and women of this department, and personally as your friend, I thank you for your leadership and, most importantly, your friendship. To the people of Fort Worth, hear me clearly. I will work tirelessly for you. Every resident of this city deserves to feel safe in their home, in their neighborhoods, and on our streets. You will be treated with dignity and respect by your police department. We will work to earn and maintain your trust every single day. But let me also be clear, while we serve our community with compassion, the criminal element in Fort Worth should not mistake our kindness for weakness. Those who prey on others, who bring violence to our neighborhoods, who destroy lives with violence or drugs, should know that the Fort Worth Police Department will pursue them relentlessly. We will hold the line. We will defend our community, and all criminals will have every reason to fear this police department. I take crime reduction personally. And I will dedicate every resource I have to protecting our neighborhoods and restoring peace to those who feel the pain of crime. I'd like to be embraced by my community, but if I'm hated by the criminal element, then I've achieved my goal. To the men and women of the Fort Worth Police Department, my brothers and sisters in uniform and professional staff, you are the backbone of this organization. You are the reason that I stand here today. I will never ask you to go through walls for us without me going through walls for you first. I want you to know that I am here to serve you as much as I am here to serve this community. Together, we will sweat together, bleed together, and yes, there may even be moments when we have to cry together. Through triumphs and through challenges, we will face it as one family. We will hold ourselves accountable. We will demand excellence. But most importantly, we will never let this community down. I will be alongside you in this mission, not just from my office, but at times on patrol, walking the streets you walk, seeing the same challenges you face. Shoulder to shoulder, we will face the work ahead. But we won't stop there. This department will be ferocious in our recruitment. We must grow. We must strengthen, and we must ensure that the next generation of officers is ready to meet the challenges of modern policing. There is no city in this country more supportive of its police officers than Fort Worth. That is not an opinion, that is a fact. This community values its police, and the city stands behind its police officers. So I say this to those who hear the calling of public service, and God knows I did. Come to Fort Worth. If you want to serve with honor, if you want to treat communities with respect, if you want to dedicate yourself to taking the criminal element off of our streets and have the support to do that, then this is your police department. We will support you, we will train you, and we will make sure you have the tools to succeed. All I ask, and rather what I demand, is that you're willing to sacrifice for this city along with your brother and sister officers. I know that the road ahead will bring challenges. Policing is never easy, never has been, never will be. But I also know that there is no department better prepared, no community more supportive, and no city more deserving of our absolute best. With the leadership of City Manager Chapa, the guidance of Mayor Parker and the City Council, and the courage of the men and women of the Fort Worth Police Department, there is nothing that we can't accomplish together. Fort Worth, I am honored to serve as your Chief of Police. I'm ready to get to work. I'll be honest with you, I wish I started after this briefing, to be honest with you. And I promise you this, I will give you nothing less than my very best every single day. Thank you, and may God bless the Fort Worth Police Department.
That concludes our press conference. Media, if you would like to take a moment with Chief Garcia, Mayor Parker, and City Manager Jay Chapa.
The introduction of Fort Worth's new police chief, Eddie Garcia. He says he's going to work tirelessly for the people of Fort Worth and that he takes crime reduction personally. He says he plans to serve his officers as much as the community and that he will work with his officers shoulder to shoulder instead of from his office at police headquarters. We do have a crew there at City Hall right now, and we will be getting more information from him, hopefully in one-on-one interviews. We're going to have much more for you coming up on our later newscasts at CBS News Texas at 4 o'clock. And we will be right back in just a moment.